Watch the pass.
Check. Fresno. Check 50.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Second and 9 now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis. Second and 5. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. First and 10.
Mike 17. You won't get it. I'll get it. Now. Coming after you. Shoot. And get it.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Now Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
He'll look to throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. 23 yards the pickup there.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now a run by Bell here going nowhere as they'll hit him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Second and 13. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And some room to maneuver. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Being chased out left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On second down now, it's Johnson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Looking to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's caught at the 25. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now back to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On second down, it's Bell. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
2nd and 2. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's get this ball back. Mike 50.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 44. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Trey Flowers able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Now Bell. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer.
Let him know. Hey, watch it.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. This is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Buddy up. Mike 57. Let's go.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
57. Mike 57.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Echo, echo.
He'll drop to throw. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
Ready? 260, big 20.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
All day, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting play.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right, turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all
All right, Coach, it's a picturesque afternoon for football in the Northeast, and EA Sports comes to you from MetLife Stadium, just across the Hudson River from New York City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the New York Jets. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 11. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Lions will take over.
Ready? You gonna get this one? You think you gonna get this? Get it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Quentin Williams. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. They're going to look to throw. Room past the 20. He gets this one to Johnson. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's Bell. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 44.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now a first down carry by Bell. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
A first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Here we go, here we go. And two-stop. Tristan,
The first carry now. This is Johnson. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Frank Clark. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
down. 15 line. 15 line.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, Haywood. Fight.
Back to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll look to throw, and that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, this from 37. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And an alley to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here we go. Took the out one.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's complete to Grant. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They go back to the ground with Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Second and 4. And the catch made by Johnson. And down he'll go at the 25. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Exit.
Looking to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Now back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee.